You are not getting what you want out of life, it is most likely because you fear rejection. So I'm going to give you 3 tips to help you get over rejection immediately. If you like being a loser and not winning and not getting what you want, then go ahead and skip this. Number one is you want to reframe rejection as data, not as the verdict. Meaning, if you approach a woman and you get rejected by her, take the data in, review it. Because getting rejected by her doesn't mean that women hate you and don't like you. It might mean that she's a loyal wife to somebody. It might mean that your breath stink. It might mean that you don't look presentable. It might mean that you were nervous and she sensed that. And so the better you could get at looking what happened objectively without getting your emotions involved and feeling like, oh, this is just meant for me, the quicker you're going to be able to adapt and just get better at the whole approach thing. Like, a lot of guys will complain about dating nowadays, like, oh, I can't find a girl. And it's like, dude, how many girls did you even try talking to this week? And when I say try to talk to, I'm not talking about Tinder. I'm not talking about DMing some random girl on IG. I'm talking about actually approaching a woman that was in your space or in a space that you frequent and just starting a conversation. Like, I don't know, maybe you guys just don't really like girls that much. Number 2 is detach your identity from the outcome. If you get told no, that doesn't mean that you're someone that gets rejected. That means that you're somebody that takes shots. You go after what you want. Like, listen, man, a shooter's going to shoot even if the odds are against him, simply for the love of the game, and simply also because what's the worst case? You end up the same. You don't have whatever it is that you want, that you're trying to shoot after, whether it's a woman, the sale. I remember one time I was making a sale and the lady did not have the money in her bank account right now. And so all I did was I offered an alternative. I said, look, Mrs. Johnson, what we can do, since you don't have the money in your account right now, is we can set it for this date. And worst case, if you still don't have the money in your account on that date, all that will happen is that it will bounce. But by the first, which is when you said you will have the money, then it will absolutely go through by that date. You know what most rookie salespeople would have did in that moment? They would have just been like, I'm just gonna have to let this one go because, it's gonna be a chargeback and I just don't want to deal with that. And oh well. Me, I'm like, look, I don't have the sale right now. I don't have the money from the sale right now. So worst case, it don't go through. I'm still going to end up without the money. It would always bother me more anyway to know that I didn't go for what I wanted than to just get told no. Number 3 is lower the stakes intentionally. What you could do is something called rejection therapy, right? Where let's say you go to a grocery store or let's say you're buying a pair of shoes and you just ask the person that's checking you out, just ask them for a discount. And you could even do it like as a joke, tongue in cheek, be like, hey, is there any way you could, give me an employee discount? Now, what would really help is if you had some banter with them before you ask. That will really increase the chances of you actually getting the discount. But just ask for something that, it's not a big deal. That way your brain learns that no doesn't kill you.